One of Australia's most decorated veterans, Ben Robert Smith, has lost a landmark defamation lawsuit against 3 newspapers which had accused him of war crimes in Afghanistan. 2018 reports suggested he was involved in the murder of 6 unarmed Afghan prisoners. Robert Smith, a former member of Australia's elite Special Air Service Regiment, launched the multi-million-dollar case back in 2020, seeking damages. The Sydney Morning Herald, The Age and the Canberra Times ran articles alleging that behind his lauded public persona lay a pattern of criminal behaviour. The Sydney court ruling ultimately went in the newspaper's favour. Judge Anthony Basanko said the papers had proven 4 of their 6 murder allegations to be, quote, substantially true, and dismissed the case. This marks a win for media outlets seeking greater accountability for Australia's military, usually bound by confidentiality. Robert Smith had been considered Australia's most famous and distinguished soldier. He won several top Australian military honours, including the Victoria Cross for his actions during 6 tours of Afghanistan. Following that decision, a Taliban spokesperson said foreign forces had committed, quote, uncountable crimes during their 20-year war in Afghanistan, adding that they did not trust any court in the world to follow up on the alleged wrongdoings. Roger Maynard tells us the likelihood of a further criminal trial in Australia.
But it's important to emphasise that the Robert Smith case was not a criminal trial, but what's described as a determination on the civil standard of the balance of probabilities. Even so, it clearly tainted the Australian Defence Force, and in particular the SAS. As for the likelihood of further legal proceedings, that's a possibility, but it's really too early to say. What is without doubt is the financial burden Robert Smith now faces. The trial lasted for 110 days and cost an estimated 25 million Australian dollars or more. It's a dramatic fall from grace for the soldier who was awarded the Victoria Cross for his most conspicuous gallantry during the Battle of Taisak in 2010. For years, he was regarded as one of Australia's greatest military heroes and the most famous soldier of his generation. But that all changed when these allegations of unlawful killing emerged. Well, clearly delighted at the judge's findings, the Sydney Morning Herald labelled Robert Smith in their online headline today, murderer, war criminal and bully. As for the man himself, he did not attend today's hearing. He's flown to Bali, where he was photographed lounging on a sunbed, apparently reluctant to face the media here in Sydney.